Hello and welcome to Rauta. This time we go all the way to the exotic Thailand with this album we have for review today. This is actually 2017 release by a band called Shambles, which it seems have changed its style a couple times so far. Doing brutal death metal, grindcore, black metal. This time the band is venturing to levels or fields of doom death with this primitive Death Trance. This is 25 minutes, 4-track MCD, and it's still the latest one from the band, even though the release has been out there for a few years. And why I'm reviewing this just now is that, well, it's one of those backlog releases I'm going through. Nevertheless, music doesn't get too old. Right, so there's always proper time to check out new music, and that applies to Shambles as well. Here on Metal Archive site you can pretty much see the basic information. I mean, take a look at this discography and you will quickly see it's mostly made of demos, splits, and there's only one full-length album in 2016. Since then, a couple of smaller releases, and that's pretty much of it. And it seems that the band's lineup has changed throughout the years. Also, so I guess we could safely say that this newer lineup coming from 2015, 2016 or so is the one that is making this current stuff here, or current and current. I wouldn't know if the band is totally, again, moved to a different pacers and fields or whatever, or genres, because after all, from brutal death metal and grindcore to black metal to death doom, they could really be to something else nowadays. Who knows? Anyway, let's talk about this release, which we have here as Primitive Death Trance. And this is kind of a curious case because, I mean, doom and death, they are kind of a inseparable couple in so many ways, and sometimes when done properly, that means we get to hear those timeless classics and all that stuff. But also when wrongly done, it can be a really disastrous outcome. That is, you have these albums which are neither good in doom or death metal. And it seems Shambles is going kind of a midway with this one. Because, I mean, let's start with the good sides. The thing here is, the atmosphere in this album is very, very sinister. It's kind of creepy. It's ominous. It's something nasty will happen soon. So that is a good thing, obviously, because we all want to explore our music, dark, sinister, and, you name it. But the thing is, if we take a closer look at these riffs, if you totally pay attention what these guys are actually playing, it's like this slow kind of a picking, and it's really very, very simple riffs. Something that is totally forgettable and not really memorable at all. And that is now accompanied with this kind of a mushy sound, which is then done with low-tuned guitars, and everything is like, okay, yeah, I get it. You want to sound so bad and so heavy and so brutal. But let's face it, without proper riffs, without some good riffing, you're as good as nothing. And that is unfortunately the case with here. I mean, if it wasn't for this good atmosphere, which is, once again, very dark and sinister in nature, there's nothing really that makes much of a difference here. The other good thing is that the vocalist is going very, very deep with his growly vocals. It's very bestial in nature, very inhumane. I like it. But you really don't save an album just by having nice atmosphere and good growly vocals, because eventually you need to have those good tracks that are worth listening to. And I'm pretty much on the fence here. On the other hand, yes, atmosphere, vocals, nice. But then again, riffs, not so nice. So I would say this is rather mediocre release. Some good stuff here, but also a lot of weakness here. I mean, what the band really needs is some great riffing to have those ingredients that really separate the mediocre stuff from the good stuff, and this is not what the band is having right now. Anyway, in case you just happen to be the fanatic for doom death combos, this is something you might consider checking out. So be sure to take a look at these links provided in the description box and figure out for yourself if this is your cup of tea or not. Anyway, this is my regards from Finland. Take it to Thailand and listen to some good stuff. Or not. Bye bye.